We had to kind of find a turnkey solution insanely quickly to get something we could use. We tried a couple different products and ended up on Splashtop, which had the best feature set for us. Basically, because we wanted to give the students the direct access like you were at the lab. Like Natasha said earlier, just like you're sitting in front of the computers, we want the students to have that same feel. Aviation manufacturing students, we have labs with just those applications on it. So it has standard Office, but it's got CATIA and maybe SolidWorks and AutoCAD and all the applications they would want to use, but again, are heavily licensed or very restricted by the manufacturers because we're using educational licensing. We also have the multimedia, that's right. One thing I didn't mention, the multimedia programs, which have the Macintosh computers with the applications like the Unreal Engine that require some heavy-duty hardware as well as software. So things like the Adobe Creative Suite, like I said, the Unreal Engine, and what's the Final Cut Pro, the other one. We have a couple different applications for video editing, and they do that directly on Macintosh computers in one of the labs. But again, the students would have to have such a big machine in order to run these things. Right. It's not economically feasible, and we give them the access which they can log into those Mac computers from Windows computers, from tablets, from cell phones. I actually quite like the cell phone ability because I can go around, jump into a lab, and quickly make sure that all the computers are running properly from my phone. We have the SOS add-on for Splashtop, which gives us the technician remote control. I find it's a lot simpler to use than a lot of the other ones on the market, just for accessing users' computers. Anything from students who are calling in saying, oh, I can't get on this application. I can quickly send them the link. They can get on it, give me the code. I put it in Splashtop. I'm instantly on their computer. I can look at, even if their connection's fairly slow. I was on a student's computer who lives in a remote area just outside of town. They have a satellite internet connection, which is not Starlink. It is old school telephone dial-up out or in and satellite down. And I was still able to control their computer to a point and tell them the fix and get them running. Do it with faculty. We kind of do it. I probably set up 30 or 40 different sessions a day. So every call that comes in, we basically are controlling their computers to run this application. I actually have it on all of the faculty computers now as a link on their desktop.
Right.
They can just click on it, send me the code, and I'm in fixing whatever they need to do. Today it was Mastercam and SolidWorks. Earlier I was doing the AutoCAD group. They had 3 or 4 students who couldn't get on to the free version of AutoCAD. So I set them up with Splashtop. I showed them how to use it using Splashtop on their computers, and I could demonstrate things. It makes it a lot easier that way too. Just showing them what to do, it's a lot faster than trying to tell them over the phone. I think we're going to keep this on for the long term, just because it seems like it's going to be a good solution for people working at home. They don't have to physically come in if they don't want to or they can't. It gives us the ability to have access for people who have, medical issues or whatever they have. There's tons of cases where people can't come in, and we haven't had that tool to be able to access the computers kind of any time. With the advent of Splashtop, it gives us the ability to have 24-hour access, where we would normally have to have watched labs. We had in the past, where students would we hire students to sit there and make sure that nobody does anything silly in the labs, because faculty aren't around. So therefore, the students can then use the lab in the evenings. Mm-hmm. Well, this kind of negates that requirement of the constant watching. We can just turn them on Splashtop once the classes are over, and then they're accessible to anybody to log into.